Hello and welcome to Security Scan. I am Vishal Dahiya, and this week we will talk about the curious case of Pakistani Air Force's missing F-16. The Indian Air Force has released radar images as irrefutable evidence to confirm that Wing Commander Abhinandan Vardhan's MiG-21 Bison had shot down Pakistan's F-16 fighter jet during the aerial confrontation on 27th of February in the Nowshera sector near the line of control. The airborne warning and control system images released by Indian Air Force establish that there were a bunch of F-16s opposite Wing Commander Abhinandan's MiG-21 Bison. In another image taken 10 seconds later, one of the F-16s disappeared. The F-16 crashed and fell across the line of control in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Indian Army posts in the vicinity of the LOC also visually sighted two separate parachutes. So why is Pakistan denying the fact that it lost an F-16 in the dogfight on 27th of February? And related other questions as well. For more on this, we're joined by a distinguished panel of guests in the studio today. Let me start by introducing them to you, beginning with the retired Major General Dr. Ravi Arora, the Chief Editor of Indian Military Review. We also have with us Air Vice Marshal P.K. Srivastava, and we have with us Mr. Ajay Banerjee, the Defence Correspondent of the Tribune. Let me begin with you, General Arora, and let's, for the benefit of viewers, let's put, all the events on the timeline as well, specifically how it happened.
Right, going through the sequence of events, of course, on 26th of February, the Indian Air Force carried out a deep aerial surgical strike with Mirage 2000s at Balakot, hitting the Jaish-e-Mohammed camp and destroying it. And the Pakistan Air Force retaliated almost immediately next morning at about 0930 hours with a package believed to be of 24 aircraft. They selected military targets, and in the words of the head of ISPR, Major General Asif Ghafoor, they wanted to display Pakistan Air Force capability and not hit military targets. They wanted to drop their bombs in open spaces, but he did mention that they selected Bimbergali, KG, and Naria as the targets. Now, these aircraft which came, of course, included F-16s. The lead elements included F-16s. They did not say so. The Pakistanis said that no F-16s were used. On our side, we detected this package early on, and we had two of our combat air patrols in the air. These consisted of Su-30 and Mirage 2000. These took on these packages coming, and also two ORPs, operational readiness platforms, where pilots are sitting in cockpit. These took to the air from Srinagar and Avantipura.
Okay.
And they also took on these Pakistani aircraft coming. The American F-16s actually fired their AMRAAM BVR missiles, but because of superior maneuvering speed and countermeasures, they could not hit the Su-30s, our Su-30s. And because they were being chased away, they dropped their laser-guided bombs in open area near the brigade headquarters in Rajouri.
Okay.
They did not do any damage. And in this dogfight, so to say, Wing Commander Abhinandan's MiG-21 Bison actually got a lock-on one of the F-16s.
Okay.
And he fired the missile, and later on, from all indications, of course, Abhinandan's MiG was also hit by an enemy missile. But the F-16 was seen going down by the fact that later it emerged it was a Block D, F-16 Delta Block 52, which has two pilots, and two parachutes were seen in one area, and Abhinandan's parachute came down in another area. So, and there were many other indications that F-16 went down.
Okay.
There were radio intercepts. There
so
were so many
we'll come to those indications as well, General. But at the way you put it in terms of timeline, that's how it happened on 27th of February. Dogfight between MiG-21 Bison and the F-16, and finally Wing Commander Abhinandan managed to shoot down one F-16 before he was also brought down, or his fighter jet was also brought down and missile from the enemy fighter craft. Let me bring in AVM Srivastava here. AVM Srivastava, the moot question here is that why is Pakistan constantly denying the fact that an F-16 was shot down? Is it one aspect? Is it because of the fact that it's becoming too much for them to accept that a MiG-21 Bison has shot down an F-16?
Absolutely, you said it correctly. Is the kind of embarrassment which is not going down their throat. An Air Force which is, we also think of them as a very competent and very skillful Air Force. And you come with such a superior weapon, F-16 as compared to the MiG Bison, even if I take the avionics and all that which has come into play now, still is no match for them. It's top of the rack fighter aircraft for them. This is the combat aircraft they are proud of. This is a combat aircraft they are going to put in all difficult situations, and that has been shot down by a MiG-21. So what's gone wrong? Initially there was a response, we say it was all muddled and confused. But later on, as they realized the gravity of the situation, they started denying it. So we need to understand from our perspective how we could shoot down an F-16 and stock of the town all over the world.
Okay.
How could we shoot down an F-16 with MiG-21 BIS? The issue is, it's not only the aircraft which matters in all these situations. It's also your air defense network, the way you detect, can you detect your targets early? It's also the EW environment which you're providing to the aircraft. It's also the kind of skill tactics which is being used. If you really tell me there are three things which will go very important for this kind of fight and which makes me very proud of Indian Air Force, and that is the tactics which has been developed over the years. Our pilots have been trained to face a bigger and smarter adversary with whatever weapons they have. So we know what we have, we also know what they have. How we pitch them against that, the tactics is being developed, and if you talk to the training department of the Indian Air Force, that's there. The skill of the pilot is the cream of the whole thing. But let's come to the basics. The engineering astuteness of the Indian Air Force. How are they maintaining these aircraft in such a condition that when you press the button, it really does its job? Whether it's radar, it's missile, it's the weapon control system, it's armament, everything is working. And third, of course, if you ask me, it would be the skill of the pilot. No denying on that.
Okay.
So in our case, if you take other literature also, if you go around, you find we have always pitted one aircraft plus one pilot of ours is equivalent to one aircraft and one pilot of theirs. But I think now there's an erosion in that factor. That means as far as the training department is concerned there in Pakistan Air Force, they need to think a lot, and that's a big embarrassment.
Okay, so it's the man behind the machine.
It's man behind the machine.
Who also matters. So let me bring in Ajay here. Ajay, a lot has been written, a lot has been said as well, and we saw that article from the one magazine out there and how it quoted sources, but then ultimately Pentagon, refuted those comments which were attributed to sources out there. But effectively, why is it that the United States also doesn't seem to be very forthcoming in accepting the fact that yes, one F-16 might have been shot down?
Vishal, let's see it rationally. Why would the US accept that the F-16 has been shot down? They will not. One, F-16 is in the race for the fighter jet deal which we are tendering for 114 fighter jets. I'll correct myself, the F-21 of the Lockheed Martin is in the race, not the F-16, I beg your pardon. It's the F-21 which is in the race. Now, they are in the race for the fighter jet tender in India. They're a major player. They're supplying helicopters to India's naval forces. They are doing the C-130J for the Indian Air Force. So, the Lockheed Martin, which makes the F-16, is a major US player and is strictly controlled by the US government. So I do not expect the US government to say anything in this subject. They let the matter die down its own death. With India and Pakistan accusing each other. With India has shown, they officially showed Air Vice Marshal R.G.P. Kapoor the other day, officially at a press conference showed some things. In the past few weeks, the Indian Air Force has been briefing a few of us reporters on the matter and have been very convincing about it that the Indian Air Force has radio intercepts, radio transmissions of the F-16 going down and virtually a radio transcept in local Urdu language of a transmitter what actually saying that ek parinda aur gir gaya hai, meaning the F-16 is down. This is in Urdu. Ek parinda aur gir gaya hai. Do parinde wale the uske andar. It is exactly these words I repeat. These are the radio transcriptions we have intercepted. The Indian government has intercepted of the Pakistani transmissions after this dogfight took place over Jhangar and Nowshera, very close to the line of control on 27th of February, Vishal.
Okay, so there are, irrefutable evidences with the Indian Air Force, and it is shared some of them. Let me bring in, General Arora again. General Arora, the radar images which were shared, the AWACS radar images which were being shown by the Indian Air Force in that press conference. How do they establish the fact that yes, it was F-16, and the F-16 was present there, and it was shot down by our MiG-21 Bison?
See, the radar images showed some blips representing enemy and own aircraft. But to explain those blips, let me come to the AWACS first. Now, we had AWACS flying along the border, perhaps three of them, covering the whole border, well inside our own territory. Now, these AWACS can see up to almost 350 to 400 kilometers across. Anything taking off can be detected. It is no longer the time or the age when when the enemy can hide their aircraft from us. With AWACS, everything is transparent. Anything taking to the air, and AWACS flying say about 9 kilometers high, any aircraft coming up to that height will be detected before it even crosses the airspace. Now, these AWACS also store and have a library of electronic signatures of every aircraft. Anything emitting electronics or rays is going to be caught by these AWACS, and they can make out from that electronic signatures which type of aircraft this is, which exact aircraft this is, because every aircraft emitting these signals has its own signatures. The third is, once they know which type of aircraft, our radar knows which blips are on the screen, which blips belong to F-16. In the first wave which came from Pakistan on 27th, the first three were F-16s, and they were also intercepting them. And this was showed by AVM Kapoor through those images, that you can see the three F-16 images, and one of them later disappears. They knew the call sign also, and Pakistani radios were calling that call sign. There was no reply from that call sign. It disappeared from the radar, it disappeared from the radio. Obviously, it was shot down. And then, of course, Indian Army posts along the LOC, they also observed parachutes and aircraft going down. Then there were these radio intercepts which Ajay Banerjee is talking about, the Pakistanis, the Northern Light Infantry and the Mujahids, saying, look, we have got one of the pilots and the other pilot is injured and gone to command hospital. So, and then later, Major General Asif Ghafoor tweeted that we have shot down 2 Indian aircraft and we have got 2 Indian pilots. One is with us, one is in hospital. Later, the same day, he tweeted again that we have got only one pilot, Wing Commander Abhinandan.
Okay.
Now, they stopped talking about any other parachute or any other pilot. Prime Minister Imran Khan also, same day, 27th, in a national broadcast, said we have got 2 Indian pilots. Now, you know, these things are not said casually. Anything declared on national television by the Prime Minister or by the ISPR in a press conference is all verified information. And when you asked why is Pakistan not owning up they lost an F-16, this is one more reason. Because that second pilot who came down from the F-16 and was badgered to death by these Pakistani civilians in Subskot area, and he was declared dead in the hospital, this is a huge embarrassment also.
Okay.
Not only losing your F-16, killing your own pilot thinking he's an Indian pilot. How, I mean, if they accept, yes, it came down, what kind of a stupid thing to do? It's shame on them.
Okay.
So this also has prevented them. They have recently given an indication that F-16s could have been used. That's perhaps they think ultimately the truth will be out. It will be easier now to change your stance and say, so what if we used F-16? We are within our rights to use it in self-defense and things like that.
So the recent statements which have come in from the ISPR spokesperson. AVM Srivastava, the way General Arora is pointing out, too much of confusion, it seemed, within the Pakistani establishment in that initial time frame about what happened. One, they were trying to cover up. Two, they were not very sure.
See, if you really ask me, Vishal, this is absolutely primitive for any Air Force which says I'm the 4th largest air force or they are the 7th largest air force in the world, that you will not know which aircraft is this. As General has pointed out, there are so many parameters which you collate, and then you come to know which aircraft you are fighting against. If you do not know which aircraft you are fighting against, your all tactics, your all training, your training of the pilots, your fighter controller from ground positioning you behind the aircraft will all go waste. So asking this question that it was not F-16, we have misinterpreted F-17 as F-16, I think is the void of the mind and the void of people who want to hear it. There is no question it was an F-16, and it was not only the skill of the pilot, I would say, now not taking any credit from Vardhaman, but it was also the fighter controller who put him right behind. And if you know, apart from what General has said, there were all the time we are hearing, I gone cold, I gone hot. The moment he put his this thing on him, this was also transmitted by the F-16 pilot, that I'm hot. That means something is going to be aimed at me. And that's when R-73 and 73, and we also heard Vardhaman saying, I got him. I'm going after him. If you combine all these factors together, you know that he got him and he really fired the missile. He was behind him in tactics, he was superior, so he could kill him.
Okay.
That is what the main issue is.
Okay.
But saying this and taking recourse to this factor and hiding behind this syndrome that it was not F-16 and Air Force, Indian Air Force couldn't recognize it was F-16, with all the factors we have, I think that's very primitive and that's very childish too.
Okay, Ajay, this is the kind of way the Pakistan has reacted, not agreeing or not admitting the fact that even for the F-16 was there in the first place and it was shot down as well. It's not the first time that Pakistan has gone ahead and reacted this way. We have seen there are instances earlier as well in earlier wars which it fought with India, and in earlier certain situations as well where it has used these tactics.
True, Vishal. Before answering your question, I'll take a little digression and carry on from where General Arora left. The AWACS, which is an airborne radar, it actually flies in the air. The radar is of Israeli origin called the Falcon. And I shall remind the viewers, Israel also flies the F-16s. So it's very easy for the radar to pick up what an F-16 is. So coming back to your question, which you asked about Pakistan disowning people, 99 Kargil War, Vishal, all of us remember that they disowned people and our troops carried out their burials at those heights, digging graves for them, giving them proper military burials with respect. Later, Pakistan accepted by giving a Nishan-e Haider to one of those people, I think Karnail Sher, if I remember the name correctly, Captain Karnail Sher. So then Pakistan accepted many years later. And General Musharraf wrote a book many years later to accept that what they have done. So it is the norm in Pakistan. The Pakistan Army has a country to itself. They decide what to do, what not to do. In our country, the Air Force, the Army and the Navy work under the Ministry of Defence, very strictly under the Ministry of Defence. That is why it has taken AVM Kapoor so long, or the Indian Air Force so long to come out with those radar images. Had it been Pakistan, they would have come out on the same day. So I personally believe the Air Force could have done it on 28th February itself and shut the mouth of the entire world, giving out these radar images and all the coverages they have, radio transmissions they have and other things. But Pakistan has been in a state of denial. But on a positive note, I think things are changing in Pakistan, not the Pakistan Army. They are changing in Pakistan. The Prime Minister is making those peace overtures, is talking peace or trying to talk peace. One does not know how far the Pakistan Army, which is a state in itself, allow Imran Khan to do that. Vishal.
Okay, well, that's an entirely separate chapter, and we all know the reality of that. But coming back to the MiG-21 Bison versus F-16 thing, General Arora, this aspect which Ajay is pointing out. Historically, Pakistanis are known to go ahead and play these tactics. Deny the involvement of their personnel, deny the involvement of their aircraft as well. So it's nothing new if it is coming from Pakistan. The way they are trying to move away from the fact that yes, F-16 was there and it was shot down.
It's very unfortunate. This means the Pakistani forces, the GHQ, the leadership, they don't have loyalty towards their own men, towards their own command. So, it plays both ways. Even the men will then not have respect for their leaders. And it will manifest itself in some way or the other. So I'm sure that because of these denials, they might say it is in the national interest. Everybody knows that after the few hours after this F-16 went down, it was palpable that there is a blanket thrown by ISPR over the complete Pakistani media, not to mention the F-16. They probably realized they made a mistake, and much more after they found they killed their own pilot. So there was a blackout. And then there were all sorts of stratagems used, despite these very alarming radio intercepts which were played out. Civilians managed to take videos of parachutes coming down, of plane debris coming down. So not only denying their own involvement, they even denied that that our MiG-21 flown by Vardhan fired any missile. They showed debris of 4 missiles in a tweet later, trying to show that, look, these missiles are intact. The experts straight away said 2 of these missiles have actually exploded on impact. 2 seem to be recovered from the MiG-21 wreckage. So all over the world, you could see it on the tweets, experts saying 2 of the missiles have actually exploded. So these were the missiles. Abhinandan was carrying 2 R-27 and 2 R-73 missiles. So 2 of them have exploded. This is what actually brought the F-16 down. And then they tried to say that their F-16 fired AMRAAMs and brought down another MiG. They claimed 2 MiGs, and that one MiG fell in our own Indian territory. So that is also not true. This is, of course, psychological warfare and propaganda warfare, where we need to improve, I think. But
if the improvement journal you are indicating towards the way Pakistani do it, then
no.
I'm pretty sure that no one would want to go and do it that way.
I'll explain why. You know, the Indian Air Force even today says we have more credible evidence. We cannot release it in the interest of security and confidentiality. You see, for example, after the Balakot strike, we declared that we had knowledge and intercepts of 300 mobile phones working in that area. Today, none are working because everything has been destroyed. Now, you see, that must have been thought through. Should we declare this or not? We are trying to tell them what capability we have. Probably they didn't know these capabilities were with us. So I'm sure there is other evidence we don't want to disclose, because that will give away the capability of our means.
But these evidences which have been made public by the Indian Air Force are themselves, very, very significant and very enough proof of the fact that F-16 was shot down that day by Wing Commander Abhinandan's MiG-21 Bison, and that settles the debate, AVM Srivastava.
It settles the debate on that front, that F-16 was shot down. There's no doubt about it. But let's see the situation, how it developed, that they are trying to deny it. It's not comfortable for anyone. If you think it's comfortable for Lockheed Martin, no, it's not comfortable. It's comfortable for US? No, because Lockheed Martin has F-16 in about 3,000 are there, still all over the world. So, and it's a very potent weapon, is considered to be. And it is primarily block, if you talk of block 52 plus, this is the top of the F-16. And if you shoot it down with the MiG-BIS, then puts a lot of things into question. So expecting that US will really cooperate and come out, or Lockheed Martin will really cooperate and come out in this context, I think we are also trying to egg out a little more than we can get. But we know for sure that F-16 was shot down by MiG-21 BIS, which Wing Commander Vardhan was flying. Because there are enough records, enough traces, radar traces, voice transcripts, all that if you combine, you have that in KT. Now you need to understand, today we are debating because probably we are versus, if you really ask me, Vishal, what one lesson I must learn from this as a nation. So one lesson I learned, that my equipment has to be at par with the enemy equipment. I need not to be so lucky or so well versed and so skillful in really doing this job, that doing the job itself becomes a debatable issue. Because suppose it was something like Rafale, this question won't have come in the play.
So we need to keep improving upon our
inventory. We need to keep improving, and it gives us a cue. Not only, okay, we are capable, we are very potent, our pilots are really great, but do we not need to provide them with greater weapons, the state-of-the-art weapons? Do we we should have, if we want to project our air power, all 4.5 and 5th generation aircraft with us.
But Ajay, finally, with all the documents which are there, with all the evidence which is there, radar images and radio intercepts, which you also pointed out, it is a finally settled fact that yes, the F-16 was present and it was shot down.
F-16 was present. See, in the the press note issued by ISPR, that is the Pakistan's Inter-Service Public Relations, which is headed by Major General Asif Ghafoor, was very clear that Pakistan was well within its rights to use an F-16. As I pointed out earlier in the program, we were using an AWACS, which carries a Falcon Israeli radar. The Israeli Air Force uses the same F-16. So it's very easy for a Falcon to pick out what an F-16 is. So there is no doubt that the F-16 was used. Pakistan's initial denial has confirmation by their own selves when they say that they are well within the rights to use an F-16. We have got radar images, and I can say very safely on camera what evidence was presented. There is much more evidence with the IAF. Some of us reporters have seen part of that evidence, including the radio or heard the radio transcripts, which indicate the presence of an F-16. That the F-16 was shot down, that Pakistan will continue to deny. Let us not even say that they should accept it.
Okay.
We know we have shot it down. We don't need a confirmation from Pakistan.
Okay, so clearly, as our panelists are pointing out, and as the evidence has been put in public by Indian Air Force, some of it, and there is lots of it as well, which the Indian Air Force chooses not to make public due to security concerns as well. But it clearly establishes the fact that F-16s were present on that day, on 27th of February, in that dogfight between MiG-21 Bison and F-16. Finally, one of the Pakistan Air Force F-16 was shot down. We'll come back again next week with a different topic and different set of guests. Till then, keep watching Rajya Sabha Television.